Tonight we are here with Jenny Han, much loved author in Romania, and I can't see you. I can't tell you how happy I am um, to be her publisher in Romania. Her books are very, uh, I don't know, very sweet, very real life feeling for teenagers. And it's great to have you, Jenny. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, everybody. Hi, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Yeah, there are many and they are keep coming. And as I told you, we also have on Facebook a public. My first questions for you. Your prose is very fresh, very, I don't know, very crisp, wonderful. How how can you find that young voice? How can you describe the feelings of a teenager in love, of a teenager betrayed by friends, of a teenager suffering? How do you do it?
First of all, thank you. That's so nice. I think for me, I never think about teen or adult or kid or whatever. I just think about like people as humans and kind of try to write into those feelings and to feel like real life, to feel like I don't know, like what is it like to experience life through this character's eyes. And for me, it's just all about empathy and thinking about other people. And I'm very sensitive. So I'm very sensitive. The other day, my nephew was like, "Why are you always crying?" I'm like, watching a commercial on TV or watching a TV show and crying. So it's not hard for me to think about being in someone else's shoes.
Okay. To all the boys I've loved before, has a dedication for your sister. Tell me, please, a bit about your relationship because in this trilogy, it's about sisterhood.
Yes, I'm at her house right now.
Yeah.
We're really close. We're very, very close. And I don't know, I think I was writing that book and I think my sister actually is in a lot of my stories. She's a constant source of inspiration for me. Um, but especially with To All the Boys, because Kitty is inspired by my sister. And we've been close since we were little, but I think we used to fight when I was like in high school and she was in middle school. But then I think things really kind of changed when I went to college, and then she was by herself with my parents, and then she was missing me. um,
Great.
so I think it's funny because people always say, "Are you like Lara Jean? Or are you like Margot? Are you like Kitty?" And I think there's some pieces of me in all the characters. Um, but even though my sister is like my little sister, she's always taking care of me, and I take care of her. We have a very like I guess I would say balanced relationship. I cook for her, but she does my laundry. So,
That's great.
she's done my laundry since she was very young. When we were young, my mom would say I was in charge of the dishes and she was in charge of the laundry. So that was our deal. It's still the deal.
And I know that the first volume, To All the Boys I Loved Before, um, has a bit of autobiography. Sorry, a bit of your teenage years. Uh, you wrote some letters and you put it in a cardboard box.
A hat box, yes.
Yeah, and that was the starting point for the book, or
It was like I thought, so when I was I think my first one that I wrote, I was in high school, maybe freshman year or sophomore year. And so in America, I was like 15. Um, and it was just a place for me to write down all my emotions and my thoughts about this person in a way to kind of get it all on paper and then find closure. from it. I think in the first letter I wrote something was like, I still have the letter. It said something like, I'm going to write it down because writing is what I do best. And for me, it's always been easiest to express myself on paper. And I think there's something really special and kind of intimate about writing by hand, because you kind of write down whatever you're thinking and you can't really delete it. You can cross it out, but then it's still there. It's more permanent in a way. And so I think also, even just as a writer, when I'm writing a new book, I usually go by notebook first. I just write down notes. I always have notebooks in my purses by my bed. And I just find it more free. So if I have a blank notebook, that feels like, oh, there's so many possibilities. And then a blank computer screen feels like, oh, so much stress. You know what I mean? It's like the blinking cursor. It's like, what am I going to write? Yeah. It feels much more pressure. You're looking, how many words did I do today? Versus in a notebook, I'm just kind of like free form and I don't have to use it, but I can like keep it and like think about it. And then I can also feel like I did double the work when I type it into my computer. And then it's like I did a lot of work that day, even though maybe not. So going back to the letters, that's where the idea originally came from. And then I thought, what if they all got sent out? How horrible would that be? Would have been. It did not happen to me, thank God.
Yeah, what if? I found a beautiful concept in the book and in the second movie. Jong. Tell us about it. It's a beautiful idea.
It's a Korean word, jung. It's like connection. It's
Yeah.
closeness, intimacy with somebody. And it's a hard word to describe, I think, and I tried my best. But my mom always says I have a lot of jung that I do with people, and which means you just feel really connected to people. And I think even when a relationship ends, you know, romantic or friendship or whatever it is, if you have a lot of jung with somebody, that means you still like care about them and you still it's hard to, I think, just shut them out completely because you will always kind of remember what you once had. And yeah, so that's the concept. And then it's in the second movie, which I loved that we put there, about Laura Jean and Jen.
Yeah.
I think people,
And
friendships can change over time, and maybe you no longer have someone in your life, but you still like care about them.
and it goes for the good and for the worst. I mean, Jong is the bond.
Yes.
Okay, that's beautiful.
And so it's almost like in Korean, it's like if you have chung with somebody, then you already like bonded. And now, so someone might say, I can't like leave him because like we have the chung is there, and now it's like
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. We've seen two movies by now. After the first two volumes of the trilogy. How was it for you to be involved in the production of those movies?
It was really, it was, I would say, really exciting. For me as a storyteller, I use words to paint a picture, but doing a movie is really different because you get to use images, and so you can tell a lot of story in a second with images. But then there's other challenges to it too, because unless you're doing voiceover, you're not in that person's head the way that you are when you have a first person story. For me, what I loved about it was many things, but I would say being collaborative with people, because when you write a novel, it's pretty much you, and then you have your editor who helps you at a certain point. But when you're writing the story, for the most part, you're with the words and you are telling that story alone. And then someone helps you bring your vision to life. But I think with a film, it's a lot of people all coming together to work to make something. And so if you hire amazing set designers, amazing lighting people, amazing costume designers, and people will bring their own visions to it. And you go, oh, wow, I didn't even think of that. You know what I mean? So I think that's
Yeah.
really cool about filmmaking. I think for me, just being able to tell story in different ways and think of like, what do I think her bedroom should look like? What would she be wearing when during this scene, or what music would play? That's really thrilling for me. I think, yeah, like I tell a lot of people now are having their books made into movies, and so people always come to me for advice, and now I'm like the movie the book's guru who gives advice. And I just say, just remember that, you know, your book is your vision, and then the movie is going to be someone's interpretation, their vision of your story. So it's not going to be like identical to
Yeah.
the book. And so you just have to help them make their vision come to life. And I think the balance is wanting to make sure that the fans are happy and that they felt like the important stuff was there, the feelings of the book, the spirit of the book was still there with the movie.
Yeah, and the public for the books, it's smaller than the public for the movies.
Yeah.
And that's great because now uh, many teenagers in the world know about your books, and because they loved the movies.
Well, you know, it's cool because like on Netflix, you know, it's a global service. And so everybody gets to see it at the same time if your country has Netflix. And then
Yes, yes.
it's really cool because then you also, you know, people pay the monthly membership, but it's not standing in the way of somebody who doesn't have the money to go to the movies that weekend. They can still support it and watch it and be a part of that, like movie watching community, which is very cool. I loved it when the movie came out and you could see it kind of roll out in different time zones and people were watching it, and hearing that was cool.
So no more Lara Jean. You will wrote no more about her.
I mean, never say never, but you know, I think originally I was going to do just 2 books, and then I was working on something else, and I kept thinking about Laura Jean, and so I came back to it. So I say never. However, I think that's probably for now, anyways. That's story feels good to me. I think what people, you know, fans always want more, but then they don't want your characters to be unhappy. And you know, in order to write a story, you have to have conflict. So that's the challenge to love stories, is if you pull them apart, then you know people will be sad.
Yeah, yeah.
More too. So
Yeah. So I will have a few more questions for you, but for now I would like to let the kids ask you something. I know they were expecting this moment. So I would start with a question I received by email. Uh, when will be the premiere of Always and Forever Lara Jean?
I don't know for sure. I know it's happening next year. But Netflix will let everybody know, I guess, at the same time. I think it's just a weird time in the world right now, with coronavirus and everything else. And so, you know, I guess we'll just see. But I know it is next year.
Yeah, okay. The first question is from Ana Enescu. Ana?
Yeah, hello. Hi, Jenny.
Hi.
I'm a huge fan of yours. I read your books and I absolutely loved them. And I wanted to know, do you know the journey of the characters, even though you will not write any more books? Like, do you know if they're happy or what they're doing in the future?
Thank you, first of all. I would say that when I stop writing the books, for the most part, for me, the camera kind of turns off in a way. And so I just think of them continuing to live their lives, but then I'm not like sitting there watching them, not with them anymore. So I don't really, I think so anybody's interpretation of that is valid.
Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you.
Thank
like
you, Anna. Next one is Sara Maria.
Hi, Sarah Maria.
Hi, Jenny. I'm very happy to meet you.
Hi, how are you?
I love you and your books.
Oh, you're sweet. How old are you?
I'm 13 years old.
Oh.
And I have a question for you.
Yes.
What did you feel when you wrote your book, To All the Boys I've Loved Before?
What did I feel? That book was very joyful for me to write. It was really fun. I loved the characters. I loved being in the world. The world felt really cozy and warm to me. So it was really wonderful to spend time in the world with those characters and think up, adventures and like fun stuff for them to do.
Oh, that's great. Thanks.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you, Sara.
Me too.
I like your shirt.
Ah, yes.
It's from the H&M line.
Can you repeat, please?
Is that from H&M?
Yes.
Yes. I wanted one. I think they sold out really quickly. I'm like, they're so cute.
I love it.
Next question from Karina Maria. No, Karina Pop. Karina Pop.
Da, sunt aici. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, it's so nice to meet you, Jenny. I hope you're having a really nice day.
Thank you.
I have two questions. First of all, I want to ask you, do you have like a favorite spot to write, a favorite place? Like, do you write in the same place every time?
No. I think for me, it's whenever my creative juices get flowing. And I always call it like the dead zone in my mind. You know, when you're about to fall asleep and you have an idea, like, because your mind is sort of like kind of shutting off a little bit. I think then your creative juices can get flowing because you're not thinking about other stuff and you're not feeling like a lot of pressure. And so I'm in the shower, I'm about to fall asleep, I'm on the subway. Those times I get my best writing done because I'll just have like a burst of like inspiration. But if I'm going to sit down for a long time and work on a scene, I love to go on a writing retreat with my friends. I will, rent a house somewhere with a nice view and a hot tub. Hot tub is always
Okay.
and it's so lovely because I wake up in the mornings and we all write all day long and you have the energy of everybody doing work. And it just feels like, makes me more productive. It makes me want to work harder when I look around and everybody's having that vibe of like busy energy.
Okay, cool. And the second question is, how do you cope with stress?
Interesting question. Just stress in general?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, when you're stressed, like you're about to write something, if you feel stressed about it, or how people will think about it.
You know what? So I learned something with my therapist. I was very stressed out when the first movie came out. I was like really nervous and feeling a lot of stress because, as we were talking about in the interview, it's a much bigger audience when your book goes from a book to a movie. Millions of people are watching it, and I think that can feel really overwhelming. So I warn other authors of that too, that if you're so lucky to have that happen, it can just feel like a lot of attention at once. And I think a lot of writers are introverts, and so they're not really used to having that spotlight, and they don't really want that spotlight, and maybe they prefer to just be with their words. But my therapist said to me, when you get like a thought that's like a really stressful thought, so maybe the thought was like, what if no one likes the movie? Or who will blame me? Okay, that's a thought. And then he was like, first ask yourself, is that thought true? Does that feel true? And I'm like, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. And then he says, is it truth? Is that question helpful? And then I'm like, that's definitely not. It's definitely not a helpful thought to have. So then replace that thought with something else, because that's not really helping me in any way. It's just making me feel worried. So it's kind of like almost compartmentalizing the thoughts. And so it's like if you were stressed out about writing your book and you were worried about getting it done in time or worried it wasn't coming together, then you could ask yourself, is it true that this book sucks? No.
Yeah.
And maybe it feels like it right at this moment, but is that not actually true? And then is this a helpful thought? Definitely not. Is this going to help you tomorrow write more? No. So that's been something very helpful for me when I kind of like get into like a spiral of thinking those kind of like stressful thoughts.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Jenny.
I hope that's helpful to you.
And also love your TikToks on Instagram. Like you post every time TikToks. I love them.
Oh my gosh, I watch TikTok. I can sit there and go, oh, I'm going to watch it before I go to sleep for a few minutes. And then I'm like, literally, it's like the sun is coming up because I'm just like watching.
I saw them. They're so funny. Like literally, they made my day. I love them.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, great. Thank
Somebody's
you.
enjoyed it.
Thank you so much for your answers. And I hope you're having a nice day. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Karina. Next one is Ioana Postelnicu.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh my God, I cannot believe that I'm actually doing this. I have two questions for you. First of all, have you had the time to listen to Taylor's new album, Folklore?
I was trying to blow dry my hair and I was like listening at the same time because it came out last night. I wanted to listen to it last night, but everyone was sleeping, so I didn't want to disturb the house. So
Me too, I get it.
I was like, yes. So far, I'm loving it. It's amazing. She's such a good writer. Isn't she? So amazing. It's making me feel a lot of emotions.
Yeah, I know. That was my reaction too. At us, it was, I don't know, 1 a.m. or something like that. And I was like, no, I will not fall asleep until I listen to her album. And the second question, what made you wrote style on the Always and Forever gene? Because I know that you said about that song twice. Why? Why? I want to know. It's my favorite song.
Because so I would say it's actually not even the first time I've put one of her songs in one of my books. It's also in the Summer I Turned Pretty series. I mentioned her as well. It's so funny because I remember thinking, so when you write contemporary realistic novels, people often say don't put too much contemporary stuff in it because then it dates it and then it's going to feel really old in a few years and people are going to be confused because they're not going to know who that person is. And I was like, but if the artist feels like they're classic and they're going to last forever, then you can do it. So I put Taylor Swift's song in that book and I think I was proven right because she's classic. For style, it just felt like the moment to me. You know, I've been lucky for almost, I guess, every time I'm working on a big book, she gets a new album out and then it really helps me write. It just gets me to the place I need to be emotionally. Sometimes if I'm like, I need to feel sad or I need to feel dreamy or romantic, then I'll put the music on and it helps me get to that place creatively. And I think for that book, I was listening to that song a lot. And so I put it in. And now I have to write a new book because this new album just came out and took me by surprise. And I have to hurry up and start writing again.
At that time when I read that book in one night, literally, I was listening to her album 1989 a lot. And I was like, wow, it's my favorite book. I spent 4 hours to search for it. And now I found out that my favorite song is on it.
Well, yay.
When I saw on your Instagram that you like Taylor, I started to jump and to scream into my whole home. It was like Christmas was coming in September.
Yay. Thank you.
Thank you so much for answering my questions.
You're so welcome. I'm excited to keep listening to the album. As soon as I finish, I'm going to go back to listening to the album.
Yeah, it's really calming, and for this moment, like all you need is relaxed music with lyrics that you have a connection to.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Next question is from Danny.
Hi, can you see me?
Yes, hi.
Hi, I'm so glad to meet you, and my heart is beating so fast that I can't control it right now when I'm shaking.
Oh, you're so sweet.
I want to start with the fact that I really love you. I really love your first two books, and I can't believe you're here and you're seeing me, I'm seeing you, and it's such a pleasure. I have two questions for you, and I hope you can hear me good.
Okay.
I wrote them down the paper. Sorry for my mistakes, but I'm shaking and I can't control it. What other authors are you friends with, and how do they help you become a better writer?
Okay, I have a lot of author friends. I was talking about my writing retreats earlier. And I have a large group of friends that I will go on retreats with. Like Morgan Matson is a friend, Jennifer Smith, Lee Bardugo, Victoria Aveyard, Siobhan Vivian, Soman Chainani. Wow, now I'm blanking. Don't be mad at me, friends. Maureen Boo. Who else who I go on retreats with? Anna Carey. I'm gonna get in trouble because I'm
John Green.
Oh, we are friends, but we don't go on retreats together.
Yeah, okay.
Jason Reynolds is a really good friend. I have a lot of. I'm lucky to have so many great friends in the writing community. Adele Griffin is also a good friend. It's her birthday soon. I love it because when we go on the retreats, we talk about what we're working on and we support each other. And I think the community is really great in YA.
Yeah, that's so great. And the next question is, what inspired you the most in the process of creating Laura Jean?
I would say my sister definitely inspired me a lot. And also, I don't know, I put a lot of stuff in that book that's like personal to me, like baking. I love to bake.
yeah.
Oh, that's another way that I relieve stress. I forgot to say that. That was the other question was about stress relief. I bake when I am trying to, I don't know, kind of just like relax, or if I'm struggling with something, it helps me to like organize my mind again when I bake because it feels very calming to me.
Yeah, I remember that scene in the book when she was so stressed that she baked some muffins, I think.
It was very meta, because what's a Romanian word for meta? Meta, like on a level, right? So, in real life, I was struggling with finishing the third book and I was really stressed out. And then Laura Jean was also stressed out. So then I was like putting in some of my stress. I was like baking in real life and trying to figure out how to make my chocolate chip cookie recipe better because I felt like it wasn't perfect yet. And then I was just like putting it into the story. And then the answer came to me while I was making a cheese sandwich. And then I put that.
It was so original and I liked it so much because, when we are stressed, we do a lot of things like cleaning for me.
Yeah.
So baking is very great. Very good, actually.
It's great. I wish I did that more. However, I will say sometimes when your mind feels really disorganized and scattered and like a jumbled up mess, it does help to clean and like get your physical surroundings very neat. And then your brain can kind of like relax.
Yeah, exactly.
Today.
Thank you so much. I love you.
Oh, thank you so much. You're so adorable.
Bye. You are too. Bye.
Thank you, Danny. The next one is Dragit și Raluca.
Hello, hi Jenny.
How are you? How old are you?
I'm 14 years old.
Your hair is very cute.
Thank you. I have one question, but first I just wanted to tell you I'm super, super excited. I never thought I have the opportunity to talk to you.
Oh,
I'm super happy.
cool. I've never been to Romania before. I love getting to meet you guys. You guys are all adorable.
You should come. You should come after the pandemic.
I would love it. What's it like there?
And my question is, how did you decide you want to write romance books, like this genre?
I think that I love stories. And when I'm reading anything or watching anything, the thing I care most about is the love story part, even if it's not about love at all. Because I think, I don't know, like I read Hunger Games and yeah, I care most about like what's going on with PETA. Like that's
exactly, me too.
Right? And I think that people sometimes look down on romantic stories because they feel like it's not serious. But I would say, in life, what's more serious and what's more important than love? I think when you look back at your life, you ask yourself, did I love well? Did I have people around me that I cared about? And that's what you're thinking about over your lifetime and not all the other small stuff. So I think I like to write love stories because I like to treat it seriously because I think it's important and it's also just like really fun.
Yeah. Romance stories are my guilty pleasure.
Don't feel guilty about it. Don't feel guilty. Enjoy it. Because I don't believe in guilty pleasures. I feel like if it's pleasurable, then why do you feel guilty? You know what I mean? Like just enjoy it. Like what you like.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I love you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Next one is Renata Beatrice.
Hello, Jenny.
Hi.
So nice to meet you.
You.
I have to tell you that I discovered your books quite recently, but I love them.
Thank you.
And I found myself in them not because I was caught in a romance story, but because I am at that age. I finished high school this year, and
Congratulations.
thanks. And that situation with the pandemic made me realize what I lost. I watched the movies, and I want to ask you if you were involved in the production, in the process of making these movies.
Yes, I was involved. I was talking a lot to the director about, how I thought the characters dressed and what their home looked like. So I was making like mood boards for her and the producers just to show like, here's her style. Here is what her room would look like. And then the director and I had a good relationship and I was able to help pick out some of the stuff. And that was important to me, just that, because the character of Laura Jean is introverted and she's kind of more in her head, but the way that she expresses herself is through her clothes and her fashion, her baking, and so all of that stuff should feel really like alive and like her, which I think her character is kind of a throwback character. She's a little old-fashioned in a way, so I wanted to make sure that the movie clothes represented that. And then on the second movie I was even more involved and was on set quite a bit, just getting to be a part of it on a day-to-day basis. So that was really cool.
Okay, and my second question, how is your relationship with Lena? How was to work with her and Noah?
Oh my gosh, so great. Did you see her news yesterday? She's Neutrogena's newest model. She's a new Neutrogena.
Yes, I follow her on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm really proud of her. I think, on the first movie, I think she turned 21 on the first movie. She's such a little baby, and now it's just crazy that like a few years later and still grown up and like everybody's doing big things, and I'm just like really proud of them. From when we first met, I said to her I really wanted her to be able to have a big career and to have all the choices to do whatever she wanted to do, and I feel like that's really happening, so I'm so happy.
Okay, my last question. what made you decide to write books? What inspired you to become an author?
I think I've always been a reader and a writer since I was little. And so I was writing my own stories when I was 7, 8 years old. I had a lot of notebooks of stories. And I think there's never a time in my life where I wasn't a writer.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you and congratulations on your graduation.
Thank you.
Thank
Love
you.
you. Bye.
Bye. Juliana Magdalena Enache, are you with us?
Hello.
Hello. Hi. Nice to meet you. Juliana. Am I pronouncing that right? Juliana?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
so pretty.
It's kind of close.
Juliana. That's really beautiful. Hi. Do people call you like Julie or nickname or is it just
Yeah, I'm called Yuli or Yulika.
cute? Or I feel like I have a touch on my lip. I keep on touching my lip. Sorry. Anyways, yes.
First of all, I wanted to say that I'm so happy to finally meet you. And even though it's online and things, and it's not face to face, I'm still very happy to get to know you.
Yay.
And I wanted to say that I really loved your books, and I love your style, your fashion style.
Oh, thank you.
You are a fashion icon.
Oh, thank you.
My question is, did you form a close relationship with the actors? Like, do you go on dates with them and things?
Yeah, I see Lana, like Lana's so sweet. I try to see her whenever we're in LA at the same time, or I adore her. We've been out to drinks with Noah before. And Madeline and I, when did I see Madeline? I saw Madeline really recently. She was in New York for like Fashion Week. Madeline, she plays Chris. And then Anna, I FaceTime with Anna last week. So I would say that the cast is very close, and they're all just very lovely people. So
Yeah, that's so cool.
And people, during the filming, I would say everybody was hanging out quite a lot.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you too. Bye.
Thank you. Alexandra Katrina, are you here?
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm so excited about this that I can barely talk.
Oh, I love your bangs. You're making me want to bang.
Myself, and I regret it a little bit. You're so cute. I'm so excited. I can barely talk. My heart is shaking.
Thank you. You guys are all so nice to me.
I have two questions for you. First of all, what advice would you give to those who want to write books in the future?
The advice I would give is to really hone and sharpen your own voice, because your point of view is what makes you special and unique. I don't think there are any new stories. I think it's just retelling them in new ways and through your eyes. And I would say, so don't try to be like anybody else, just be you, and really like be that best version of you on the page that feels really alive and like a unique voice.
Thank you so much for that advice. I asked you this because when I grow older, because now I'm only 15 years old, I want to become an author. I love to write, I love to read, and I think I
What kind of book do you like to read?
What? I didn't.
What kind of books do you like to read?
I like to read romance books. I love them. And I love your series. They are so good. You're so good at writing. You're so amazing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
And the second question is, how do you feel when you know you have fans all over the world and you are appreciated by thousands of people?
Well, I feel so honored. It's so cool to meet you guys and hang out with you. And I think that was the best part of this whole experience, is that I was saying how Netflix is global, and so people can watch it around the world. And so a lot of people who may not have heard of the books are getting to read them now. because they saw the movie, and that's so amazing.
Thank you so much for answering. I love you so much. My mom loves you too, and your books. You're so amazing.
Thank you so much. Tell your mom I said hi.
Face to face. What?
I said, tell your mom I said hi.
I will tell her. And I hope one day we'll meet face to face. If now I'm shaking, or if we meet face to face, I'll be faking for sure. Thank you so much. I love you. Bye.
Thank you. The next question is from Ruxandra Cojucaru.
Hi, hello. It's so nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you as well.
So I have two questions, and my first question is, what was the process from the movie to the from the book to the movie, like the movie adaptation, like writing the script and.
Okay, so I did not write the script of the movie, but I read the script and I gave notes on it. And then, you know, it's interesting because then a lot of the work happens on set while they're filming, when they make little changes here and there, and they go, oh, this doesn't work because for whatever logistical reason. And so for me, that part of the process was really cool, just to see the way that story happens.
Oh, interesting. And my other question is, in which moment in your life, or what made you realize that this passion of writing could turn into a career?
I think when I was in college, I took a class on writing, and I started writing a story. And, you know, I'd always been a writer, but I never thought that I could have a career being a writer. It just didn't seem realistic. But then when I was in that class, I remembered how much I liked it and how I was good at it. So I thought maybe I could be an editor, or maybe I could be a librarian, or, you know, maybe I could be a writer, but let me just apply for a bunch of different jobs and school programs. And I felt the one I really wanted was to go to New York and be a writer. And that's what I ended up doing.
Thank you so much. Thank you. You're amazing.
Thank you. Next question is from Ioana, Poezii și Carte.
Hi, Jenny.
Hi.
So I want to ask you two questions, if that's all right.
Sure.
Do you find yourself in the character of Lara Jean? I mean,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
Do you like have the same personality?
No, I don't think. But there's definitely, you know, parts of me in all my characters. I would say Lara Jean does feel particularly close to me, because I also am a bad driver. And I also love to bake, and I also really love my sisters. I'm also very romantic. So there's definitely elements of me, but I would say there's elements of me in everybody.
Okay. And where did you get the idea to write To All the Boys I Loved Before?
I had the idea because when I was a teen, I used to also write love letters and put them in a hat box. And so as an adult, I was just thinking, you know, what would have happened if those letters had been sent out?
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Jenny. I love you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Thank you. Next question is from Eva Cura. Eva?
Hello.
Hi.
You hear me?
I hear you.
Yes.
I am 11 years old and I'm from Romania. I love writing and painting. A few minutes ago, I painted an illustration. My currently reading is To All the Boys I Loved Before. I love it so much. It's funny, romantic, and has many twists and turns. I have some questions for you. Have you ever thought that your book is not good?
Yeah. As I was writing it, or after it was done? Do you mean during the writing? Or you mean after?
After.
No, I don't feel like that. I don't think I feel that way. I think you know, as a writer, and I'm sort of a perfectionist, do I always think, oh, should I have done this or that? Sure. I think that's thought has definitely come in my head where I'm like, maybe I should have put this word in or put this line. But when the book is done, I try to just find closure within myself because you can't go back and like really change anything. So it is what it is. Is that all your art behind you? Are those your paintings?
Yes,
What?
some of them, but others are from my teacher.
Wow. Hi. Will you show us something? Will you show us a piece of your art? Wow.
Say something, Eva. Great.
I can't see it very close. That looks beautiful. What is it?
Thank you. It's a hero of a book. It's Matilda, a girl from a book. And this girl came in camp with children, a camp that Eva was one of the members. So the hero of the book can share impression with the children of the camp.
That's beautiful.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I have some questions. Is it any hero of your book similar to you?
I would say yes. I would say that Laura Jean and I have some similarities, but I would say that I have a lot with a lot of my characters. I think when you're a writer, you put pieces of yourself in all your stories.
Yes, thank you. Did you childrenhood inspired you in your books?
Oh, wait, can you repeat that?
Did your childrenhood inspired you in your books?
Did my children?
Yes.
I don't have any children.
Childrenhood.
Oh, my childrenhood.
Childhood, your childhood.
Yes, I would say so. Yeah, there's definitely some stuff, especially some sister stuff. My first book, Shug, is about a 12-year-old girl, and there's a lot of inspiration of my childhood in that too. Yeah, I think most writers kind of pull back from their memories to when they were a kid, and they put that in the stories.
Yes, it's a nice experience.
Thank you.
What or who inspired you for the book To All the Boys I Loved Before?
Definitely my sister, and I think my own teenagehood as well.
Thank you. Are you
Thank you,
writing?
Eva. Let's other people put some questions because
You're amazing.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Nice to meet you.
yeah, sorry, Eva, but I have a very long list, and I'm not sure that everyone will have the chance to ask Jenny one question. The next one is Bianca Costandache.
Hi, Jenny. It's so nice to see you and hear you.
Oh, nice to meet you.
I I have two questions. The first one is if you could change something about the 12 Boys trilogy, what would you change?
Oh, what would I change? I don't know. That's a hard it's a hard question because I think I'm sure there's a lot of things I would change, partly because I don't outline my books and I don't plan anything ahead. So definitely once you have all three done in front of you, there's things I would have done differently. But I don't know. I think I can't actually think of anything. I think it's too hard to go down that road because then you'd be there all day long thinking about all the things that you wish you had done.
Okay, and what's your favorite book you have written and why?
Usually it's whatever book I just wrote is my favorite. But To All the Boys will always be really special to me.
Of course. Thank you. I love you. Goodbye.
Bianca.
Bye. Next one is Kina Alexandra.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Meet you. I love you and I love your work. Your books totally made my career so much better. So my question is, how old were you when you started to write?
I was probably around 7 years old.
Oh my God.
I have a lot of books from then that I wrote.
Thank you so much. And before I go, my friend Tina wanted to let you know that she loves you, but she couldn't make it to the meeting, and she's watching live.
Hi. Wish you could be here, Tina.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Before I let the next one to ask you something, I will tell you guys that we are in the last 10 minutes of the meeting. So please don't be upset. Maybe you will have a second chance to meet with Jenny. We'll try to arrange another meeting later this year. Thank you.
I'll try to go fast.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Malina.
Hello, Jenny. Hello.
Hi, Malina.
Hello.
Hello. I'm very happy to have the opportunity to meet you. You are my favorite writer. I have one question for you. Approximately, how long did you write the series?
The first book, probably I thought of the idea in 2010, and then it came out in 2014. So I wasn't writing every day. I was doing other stuff too, but I was thinking about the story for several years.
Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Melina. Bye. Ionela Pelșan. Ionela. Okay. Ilinka F. Ilinka.
Yes. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. So I'm really happy that I can meet you, Jenny. I really loved your books and I really appreciate your work. So thank you for writing the books.
Thank you.
My question is, have you ever thought, like, when you were writing a book, that what you wrote is not good and you wanted to give up or stuff like that? And what have motivated you to continue?
Usually what motivates me is I have a contract. So it's like homework, you owe it. I don't have a choice. But yeah, I think I've definitely had those feelings before. It helps me to stop and talk to one of my writer friends and talk through whatever I'm having trouble with, and maybe I'll send it to them to ask them for their opinion on what it is. But yeah, I think it's just taking a minute where you're not like putting too much pressure on yourself to finish in that moment, but you want to just talk it through, maybe listen to some music, and find your way back into the story.
Nice. And is there any book that you wanted to write based on your personal experience that really inspired you, and like you want to create a new world and new story based on that experience?
I think To All the Boys definitely has a lot of my experiences in it.
Okay, thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Mara Cristina, are you here?
Hi.
Hi.
Hello, Jenny. I'm very happy to see you.
Nice to meet you.
And my question is, have you ever thought about writing a book from Kitty's perspective? Because she's such a unique character, and I would really love to read a book from her perspective, and also find out what opinion she has on falling in love.
Oh, I love that character. I think if I was going to do one, she's the one I would want to write about, because I do think she's a really unique way of looking at the world. She's so different than Lara Jean.
Exactly.
You know, so because Lara Jean's like so dreamy and romantic, and then Kitty is just like not sentimental, and she tells it like it is. And so yeah, I think she's probably would be the one if I was going to do something. I don't really have any plans to at the moment, but if I did, it would be Kitty.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hi. Catalina Moldovan, what is your question, please?
Hi, Jenny. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Hi.
What is the most difficult part about writing for you?
The most difficult part about writing is the middle. I think the beginning and the end are easy. The middle, it's like how you get there. that's the hard part. Because I don't, like I said, I don't plan ahead. And so sometimes it's hard to see what the roadmap is to getting to the end.
Can I ask one more? Is that okay?
Make it quick, please.
Okay, so if you could read again a book for the first time, what would that be?
Oh, maybe my favorite book is I Capture the Castle. I love that book. So, although when I read that book, every time feels like the first time because it feels so fresh. I really recommend it. It's by Dodie Smith.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Ancuța Andreea, please, your question. Okay. Iarina Tisescu.
Sorry. I can respond because my mic was closed.
Okay.
Hi, nice to meet you. My question is, if you were to write a 4-book in the All the Boys I Love series, what do you write about? What future would you create for Lara Jean and Peter?
I honestly don't know because, you know, when I finished the 3rd book, that was where I left the characters. And so I kind of feel like the characters keep living, but I'm kind of not watching anymore. So I think I would have to really sit with that for a long time to think about what that would look like and what would be most interesting to explore and what stage of life she would be in. So I think it would be an interesting exercise.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Iarina Tisescu.
Yes, hello Jenny. Thank you for taking your time to talk with your readers. My question is, have you ever considered the fact that Lara Jean could end up with someone else? Have you thought about a plot twist, or did you always know what the end game will be?
I definitely thought about that. I think, you know, they're both really young. So Peter and Lara Jean are young. They're you know, the last book ends with them going to college and they have their whole lives ahead of them. So in my mind, I would love to see Lara Jean have many romances and really grow in herself and her confidence, and to feel like she didn't say no to anything, that she always said yes. And so I think that's what I would maybe imagine would be that. So yeah, I've thought about that a lot. And I think John Ambrose McLaren, that character was really special to me. And I definitely thought about the fact that they could meet again at some point, you know, like at UNC, the college she's going to, who knows? I don't know, because I'm not watching anymore. I'm not writing it. But I think that life is so many possibilities. And I guess I always encourage young people to go on adventures and to be open to new things and new people.
Thank you so much. It was great meeting you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank you. Bucea Stefania, your question, please.
Hi, Jenny. I love you so much.
Oh.
I'm so glad to meet you. My question is, how do you feel knowing that so many people love you?
Oh, that's so nice. I feel so nice. That's so lovely of you to say that. Wow, what a nice thing to hear. I feel really honored, and it's such a privilege to be able to meet you guys, talk to you guys, to have you guys read my books. It makes me feel very close to people I've never met, and I've never been to Romania, but in a way I have, because my books are there. So I think that's really special, and I'll always be really appreciative and thankful for that.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you, and I love you.
So sweet.
Thank you. Sia Stănilă, your question, please. Sia?
Jenny.
Hi.
I want to tell you that I appreciate you so much, and I love your books, and I love you. You can't even imagine. You are my favorite author, and I can't believe it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're so sweet.
Thank you. I wanted to ask, how did you feel when you met Lana and Noah, the actors who will screen your book?
I felt it was kind of surreal to meet them, because they were becoming the characters. But I felt like they're just nice, sweet people, both of them. And I felt really lucky because you don't always get that experience. But I think that the whole cast were just really nice people. And it was nice to spend time with them and to create this world together.
Thank you. I love them too, like just seeing them. They are so cute. And you are so cute. Thank
Oh,
you.
you're so cute. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Love you.
Thank you, Sia. Bye. Anca Cruceru, your question, please. And after Anca, we will have 2 more questions, and that's the end of the list.
Hi, Jenny. You are one of my favorite authors. You are amazing. I have read your books when I was only 12, so you inspired me a lot. My question for you is related to the second and the third books of the series. Have you had the plot and the ending in your mind, and then you just write the whole story down, or you just jump into it and just starting writing without not much in your head?
I tend to go and see what happens on the page. So I don't really plan ahead. I have an idea of how things end, but I never know exactly how I'm going to get there.
I understand. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Raluca Jibu.
Hi, Jenny.
Hi.
I'm just trying not to have a long introduction because we don't have so much time, but I'm so excited. And my question is that have you ever thought to write another book with an author, maybe one of your friends?
I actually did. It's called Burn for Burn. It's a trilogy. And I wrote that with my friend Siobhan Vivian. And it's about 3 girls who come together to take revenge on people who have wronged them. But there's romantic stuff in it too.
Okay. Thank you very much. I love you so much. I'm very excited.
Thank you.
Oh, yay. Thank you.
And the last question from Melania Ion. Melania, are you here? Looks like...
Oh, here she is.
Hi, I'm so happy to talk to you. I can't believe I have this opportunity. As a fun fact, All the Boys I Loved Before was the first book I've ever read in English because it was so beautiful, it's so well written. And my question is, what is the best advice you received in your career?
Oh, wow. The best advice I received in my career. Why am I blanking? I know I've gotten some good advice, and right now I can't even think of it. Is this advice someone gave me, or is this something I like?
Or when...
I'll tell you a piece of advice I give to other people. How about that? Which is enjoy all the big moments when your first book comes out, because you'll never have that feeling again. I remember when my first book came out, when I found out people wanted to buy my first book, that feeling, it was like nothing else I've ever felt before. And then it's almost like you end up climbing a ladder, and it's like, oh, now you hit the bestseller list, or oh, you have a movie, and there's all these other things that happen. But nothing feels the way it did that for that first book. So I think just really enjoying the journey and appreciating all of that.
So beautiful. Thank you so much. And maybe when you come to Romania, I will get the chance to even hug you.
Oh, I would love it.
That it is over.
Yeah, so this is over.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Love you so much.
Thank you, Melania. Jenny, it was a marathon.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Guys, now I had the rest.
Yeah. And I was very happy to have you at Festivalya, and I second invite you to Romania when all this pandemic stuff will be gone. And you must know that in Romania you have many fans, and we will continue to publish your book. The next volume of Summer is in translation right now, and we will hope to have you maybe in the fall if you'll have time for us again, we
Thank you so much. I
experience.
really love, you guys are wonderful. You're gonna make me cry because everybody was so sweet to me. And you guys are all beautiful and lovely. And thank you so much for having me. It was so much fun.
Now you have a jong with Romania.
I have jong with Romania.
Yes. Boys and girls, please open your mics and your videos and send your love to Jenny.
Hi, love you.
Jenny.
Love you.
Love you, Jenny.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
I love you, Jenny.
Guys, you're the best.
I love you. Bye. Bye.